372.5 is a kinetic sculpture that visualizes the data from the River Thames. The fabric moves up and down based on the tidal values that are representing the river movements. And then attached to the fabric is this mechanism that hoists the fabric up and down based on the tidal values. The aim of my work is to make complex information more accessible to the public. A lot of my work is to do with the environment, especially the sea, to do with the tides, wave heights, and what I try to do is make that complex information almost to have that connection with people. The data of the River Thames is controlling the vertical movement of the fabric, and the sinusoidal camshaft is what's creating the undulations along the y-axis of the fabric, and that's why you can see multiple points moving at a time. So it is showing the volume of water that is redistributed from low tide to high tide, which takes approximately 372.5 minutes. It's incredible what's occurring. There's 3 celestial bodies, the sun, the moon, and the earth, that is causing this large volume of water to shift twice a day, every day, all over the world. Nature is a system. If one thing happens that changes, for example, climate, it creates chaos in the rest of nature. So for this piece, although there's 2,000 single elements, and often people ask, oh, what happens if you removed one? It would actually have an effect. And the whole system includes the top frame, all the discs throughout the mechanism, the motor, all the screws and the eyelets that control everything, the bearings underneath. And if I took out one of those, it would have an effect on how smooth the piece moves. Things can be very calculated in terms of the mechanism and the data that's being processed. And the whole system is effective and efficient, kind of like a problem-solving aspect. And yet the way the fabric moves is also very delicate and unpredictable. And I think it's that like ephemeral balance of what nature can be, and then you've a bit of a juxtaposition of like the beast of the mechanism and then the delicateness of the fabric and the kind of like fluidity, elegance. Humans can learn from the fluidity of water. How can we learn to be more dynamic in our approach to problem solving and maybe more patient, less driven to that final result, instead of just slowly meandering our way and being a bit more patient in terms of like getting to where we're going to go. That like sense of empathy is what we can learn from water, and this piece is that like fluid, dynamic sense of nature and how nature does get there. If we can take one thing from that, then I think that it's a positive. It feels like a body moving or like breathing, the lungs expanding and contracting. That is like the ebb and flow of water, and a lot of people say that like the tides actually are the heartbeat of Earth.